This is The Filter on iHeart Podcasts Canada.
Hey, I'm Shannon.
And producer Jess.
And today I had a conversation with the singer Josh Levi. I love talking to artists that I don't know too much about before I get into the conversation with them, because it's a great opportunity to learn so much about Josh.
Yeah.
Were you familiar with his music?
Not overly, and he seems like such a cool guy, and it seemed like you really found all the cute little nuggets of information.
That I did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He was pretty impressed with some of the
Yeah.
questions. So I felt pretty good after this conversation with him. We talked about the influence of Beyoncé. He's from Houston, so we get into all of that. We talk about his music plans, what he has coming up, his friendship with Normani.
Which is crazy.
They've been friends for so long.
That picture was amazing.
I know. So if you're just listening, you may have to go online to go see the visuals, because we dug deep and found an old photo of him from way back in the day with Normani.
So good. And you can get the whole story.
And he also has a bachelor's degree in science in business and finance. Just a genius.
Yep.
So we get into all of that as well. I could have talked to him probably for like 30 more minutes. I had so many more questions too that I wanted to know. So next time that he's in, we'll continue the conversation. But for now, here's Josh Levi. How are you feeling? How's it going?
I love Toronto.
Nice. Love to hear that.
Let's just get that clear.
Yeah. Have you spent a lot of time here before?
I have, yeah. Back and forth throughout the years, but I always threatened to move here.
Yeah.
I like the energy here. There's a lot about the city I love.
Yeah. I feel like how I describe it to people that haven't been, it's like, it's kind of like New York or kind of like Chicago.
Yeah.
Like it kind of gives those vibes, right?
Mixed with Seattle, I would say.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And not Texas, no.
No.
But there's good energy here.
Good.
Yeah.
I like that. I've never spent any time in Houston.
Really?
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, like, what was life like for you growing up in Houston? How would you describe?
Oh, man, it was best food ever. I grew up in the suburbs, but it inspired a lot of my tastes and, you know, what I ended up becoming as a man, as an artist. My song, the prelude to my debut album, Feel the Bass, is heavily inspired by Houston. I grew up hearing, if you just drive on the highway, chances are 98% you're going to hear a car with subwoofers that is distorted. That's just obnoxious, basically. But everybody's customizing their stuff, and people just love music there. So that definitely has inspired a lot of my sound, and specifically my song Feel the Bass, but my album as a whole, for sure.
Yeah, you're on a good list of people too that are from Houston.
Yes.
Like Beyoncé.
We could just stop there.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you just saw her Cowboy Carter show.
I did. How you know?
We do our research around here. How was the show? Especially because it just started.
I know. I feel like I'm still processing it.
Yeah.
It was like so. It's so fresh. I literally just saw it. I got off the stage in New York, did a college show in Tennessee, had a really exciting shoot, and then that next day was Cowboy Carter, and then 2 days later I'm here. So I'm like still processing it, but very magical, very special. I guess it's just surreal, I think, seeing somebody at that level still do their big one at a high level, and from a fan since I can remember. It's just surreal. It's like, wow, like she's still doing it and just defying all the odds and doing things for like the first time, just like breaking boundaries. I don't know. She's just the best. It's like a living legend. She's my like Michael Jackson of today.
Yeah, totally. I was going to ask too, like, what do you take from somebody like Beyonce, or just even seeing other artists perform live, that you then take into your art and your performance?
I think it's like the persistence is like one of the things I'm really inspired by with B, and then also the attention to detail. My team, or maybe people that know me, might call me crazy because I'm like extremely wired on my vision, and to the point where I remember I got off stage. I'm on tour with Flo right now. I got off stage in New York, and the first thing that I said to my project manager was, "Yo, are we locked in for like the album trailer shoot?" And he was like, "Josh, you realize you just walked off stage," but that was the first thing I thought of. But I think just like the care and the passion about the art sometimes feels dead. But artists like her and Michael Jackson and Aaliyah and Brandy and other artists I love really had that love, that real love for the art. And that's the reason I even was an artist. It wasn't so I can make TikToks, it wasn't so I can do get ready with me's on Instagram story, but it was to create art and pour myself into something and share that with the world.
Yeah. Do you find that almost like hold you back in a way where it like feels like a job then when you do have to do the social media and like promote yourself through all of that? Or can you like turn that into art in itself?
I be trying.
Yeah. It is a job though, hey?
It's a job. It's a full job. What I do love is connecting with my fans.
Yeah.
That's the internet, social media makes it really easy for that in the way like in the past, back in the day, it wasn't as much of a thing, which I think is also what made the era of music maybe a little bit more exciting back then is you never knew when you were going to see your favorite artists.
Mm-hmm.
You had to actually buy tickets to see them, but outside of that, it was maybe TV, newspapers, whatever. Now you could just click my Instagram story at Josh Levi and you'll see the sushi I like.
Yeah. See that you're at Beyoncé.
See, there you go. You know where I was at. You know what I was doing. So it's cool. I mean, I love that I can connect with fans. I be trying my best, but like I said, I more so just love the music side of it. But sharing myself is something that I'm continuing to like figure out.
Yeah. Does that feedback that you get from fans, does that ever influence the music that you then make?
1000%. I'm always, I say this all the time. I'm always thinking about my fans and I can hear their voice in my head when I'm doing mostly everything.
Yeah.
And I can even hear the things that they complain about.
Before they even say it.
Before they even say it. Like, Josh, post more or
where's the album?
That's the biggest one. Where's the album? But the good news is the album is here. It's almost here. It's done. In my phone, I listen to it. That's all I listen to right now.
Oh, yeah.
All I'm listening to is my debut album. I'm so excited about it. It's my most prized possession. I feel like it's my biggest accomplishment to date. And I'm so excited to share it with the world.
What is it about the album that makes you say that?
That's a good question. It's really, really thought out. I think that is what makes it special. This is not some rinky-dink, last thought type of situation. This is something that I've really, really thought out and I've taken serious in terms of the concept, the world that I'm building, the character. It's a whole, I'm building a world, which I love to do as an artist, and that's my favorite thing of my favorite artists that they've done, and I think that's what makes it special for me.
Nice. Does it feel like you had to rush at all, or were you really able to take your time and just put it together?
I'm the type of artist where it feels like I never have enough time, no matter how much time I'm given. But I'm really grateful. Like, for the longest time, a debut album was kind of like scary to me. I've only put out EPs, and even the EPs I put out, they were called Disc 1 and Disc 2. They were pretty conceptual, but I knew I wanted my debut album to just be a movie, And so I was waiting forever, like, God, what is this? What is this gonna be like? What is this concept? What is this energy? And one day it clicked to me, and I was like, yes, I got it. But I felt like I was waiting for some time to just be hit with like that inkling from God of like exactly what I wanted to say on this debut album.
Wow. How did you know that was it? It just clicked?
I was driving on the highway, and I remember I called my mom, as many of us do every now and then, and I was like, I think I got it, and I explained it to her, and I just was talking a lot, and then I just shut up, and then I was just listening. I was like, let me see what's she gonna say, and she was like, wow. Now granted, she's my biggest fan, so it's not like I can say much and she won't say that, but yeah, I knew in that moment I could see the visual. I was like literally driving. I was on the highway, and it kind of all connected for me, and I was like, yeah, this is it. I was unsure for a little bit because, like, you never know what's the right thing to do, if something is too conceptual or if you just should be more simple. But I think in the end I wanted to really land on something that I could walk away and be like, that was as authentically Josh Levi as it could be in that era.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, then you can have no regrets, right? If you're just...
No regrets.
No regrets. That's a beautiful spirit. Do you have a bachelor's degree of science in business and finance? Is that true?
Are they finding these things out? Wow.
That's
yes.
crazy.
I do, yes.
That's sick. What made you want to go for that, and how does that, go into your whole business mindset?
I was about to say, I don't know if people know this, but it may be known, but I'm nerdy. I'm pretty nerdy. So I graduated high school like a year early, and I really just signed up for the most insane, kind of stupid thing. I just went straight into college while like on tour. I would never do it again. I don't know why I did those two at the same time. It was so stressful. I was fighting with professors while doing sound checks and stuff. But I think for me, I just always want to learn. I always want to be the most optimum businessman that I can be. And for me, it is about the art and it's about the music, but I really want to make an impact. And sometimes you can't fully make an impact without understanding people and the way the world goes round. And so for me, it was more so about that. Like, I have so many passions. I'm just a creative person. So, maybe one day it's like interior design, it's apparel, it's a clothing, it's a capsule collection. I have so many ideas in my brain. So the business degree was more so, how can I be creative on the business side in terms of how I structure what I'm ambitious about? And yeah.
Yeah. If I show you a photo, can you tell me the story behind it?
Oh, Lord. Jump scare. Oh, my God. Wow. You guys really do research and you dig really, really deep.
Maybe share it to the camera.
Okay, yeah.
Gorgeous.
This beautiful photo right here. This was, I think, when I first... This is crazy. This is I believe this is when we first drove to LA from Texas.
Okay.
It's me and Normani, and both of our moms and us together drove from Texas to LA, just to chase a dream together. How
did you guys meet? Like, because you've known each other for a very long time.
Yes, as you can see. We met in Texas, in Houston, just like locally, the same dance school, the same like vocal coach, and we both were hungry and loved music, and we found ourselves in the same world with similar passions, and we drove from Texas to LA. Now, I wouldn't recommend driving to anywhere from Texas. It takes like 2 days alone to get out of Texas. Texas, I think, is the biggest state in the country, in the U.S. It was a long drive, but we made it.
Nice.
Yeah.
You made it to California, and then you made it, both of you. Crazy.
I made it to iHeartRadio, Toronto.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we are.
Incredible. Thank you so much for hanging out today. It's been nice to get to know you.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You can keep that.
Thanks for listening to The Filter, an iHeart Podcasts Canada production. Subscribe to The Filter wherever you get your podcasts.